Because what I'm going to talk about just now is ways to do the ask. And I'm going to just talk about two ways of doing the ask. There's this simple way that you do at a party, a level 1 ask, and then another way that you do with somebody that there's some relationship repair work which you might be able to do. So, take out the sheet that says, Overview Forming a Good Ask. This is pretty simple. So basically, a level 1 ask is somebody says something that's on your card, and you go, that's interesting. I'm interested in, tell me something that happened to you that confirms that you think that that's true. So you just basically turn the comment into a time of asking a question about what happened, what experience did you have that confirmed that that's true. That's the easy one. That's the one you do at a party. That's the one you do with somebody you don't know, etc. That's easy. Now, a level 2 ask is for cases in which you might have had previously some difficult conversation about race. And what you're going to do with the level 2 ask is take responsibility without apologizing. You're not going to turn it into an apology moment that has its own baggage, but you can do some responsibility taking as you open the conversation. Some would call this there's the sorry, not sorry, the apology, not apology. This is almost the reverse. This is like the apologetic non-apology. You're taking responsibility but not apologizing, create a whole different thing. So, what does that look like? Level 2 is own up to a past conversation when you did unhelpful behaviors. You don't have to officially apologize. Mention maybe how you're feeling right now, even bringing it up. And then say, as we go forward, I would like to, we talk about this again, I would like to focus on experiences in order to reset our communication. So that might look like, yeah, you said something like that before, and I just gotta say, when we talked about this before, I was kind of judgmental. And being judgmental is not that helpful. In fact, even bringing this up makes you feel a little bit nervous. As we talk about this again, what I want to do is to focus on your experiences so that doesn't happen again. So again, that didn't apologize. You're not creating a whole apology drama. You're just owning what happened, bringing to bear your vulnerability in this moment, how you're feeling now, and then saying how we're going to move forward. It's like a past, present, future thing.
Could you just repeat what you said?
Sure. You just said something. You just said that thing about about black folks and the police, and it makes me remember we had this conversation a couple years ago that was like that. And as I thought about it, I realized that I was a little condescending in that conversation, and that's not helpful to us. And even bringing this up now makes me feel a little anxious as to how you'll respond. Let me just say, if we talk about this again, and I'd like to, I want to ask you about your experiences. And is it okay if I ask about your experiences related to that? Now, first of all, nobody will say no, because people love talking about themselves, right? But you're asking them, you're getting their buy-in to have a shifted conversation. You are also owning up to your piece of the problem, even if they were more of the problem. You own it to your piece, and the vulnerability thing of, I'm feeling a little nervous now, people often respond to that. Is that clear? That's a level 2 ask, right? And apparently, given the numbers, everybody in here has some people they can do a level 2 ask with, right? About racial issues. So that's the explanation. Here's what I invite you to do. You see the sheet, you see the examples. If there are other words or phrases that would be useful for either of those that you come up with, write them on this sheet, and I'll collect this sheet. But what you're going to work from is the next sheet that says, worksheet making a level 2 ask. Here's what I invite you to do. Think about a skeptic in your circle. It doesn't have to be any particular person, but a person that you had a difficult conversation about race with, what you did or thought you thought or behaved in a way that was unhelpful to connectedness. So remember what the topic was, that's the first row. Use some word to describe or phrase to describe your behavior. And I gave some examples over here. I was condescending. I was patronizing. I was caught up with my own point of view. I was a little superior. I was angry. I was unnecessarily frustrated. Whatever is most suitable to that moment you have with them. Imagine how you would feel if you were actually talking to this person and opening up the conversation this way. Just imagine how you would feel. That's the third role. And then the ask is, in the future, I just want to say, if we talk about this again, is it okay if I ask you some experiences related to that? So the task is to connect with, for that skeptic, what was the topic? How would you describe what you did that was thought or did that was unhelpful? How you think you'll feel in raising it? And then the rest is you can just read that.